Did you know, Ruby, that the roots of Mercedes-Benz go all the way back to 1886, when Carl Benz invented what is widely considered the first automobile? It's not an exaggeration to say that moment changed the world, set the course for how we think about transport and mobility today.
Oh, absolutely. It's wild to think about it, really. One invention and bam, here we are, over a century later, still building on that foundation. What kind of car was it? Like, was it just a wooden carriage with a motor?
Essentially, yes. It looked quite rudimentary to modernise. It was called the Benz Patent Motorwagen, and it had this single-cylinder engine mounted horizontally. It could go up to about 10 miles per hour, which at the time felt revolutionary. It's fascinating. They essentially engineered what was a functional, horseless carriage.
10 miles per hour? That's slower than a novice cyclist. But it must have felt mind-blowing back then. So when did this become, the Mercedes-Benz we all recognise?
Well, that came a bit later. The big turning point was in 1926, when two companies, Daimler Motoren, Gesellschaft and Benz Tier Polenor, merged. This partnership was the birth of the Mercedes-Benz name we know today. They pooled their resources and expertise, and that unity allowed them to push the limits of innovation at the time.
Right, so it wasn't just one person, it was a collaboration. Kind of cool that even back then, shared vision was such a driver of success, right?
Exactly, and it's what allowed them to lead in automotive performance and luxury. They weren't just going for practicality, they actively pursued creativity and engineering excellence. By the 1930s, they'd introduced vehicles with features like independent suspension, a game changer for handling and comfort. That was unheard of then.
Wait, independent suspension? So instead of the whole car bouncing like crazy, it gave each wheel its own movement, right? That's actually huge.
Correct. Smooth handling, comfort. It was all part of what set Mercedes-Benz apart. They were consistently ahead of the curve, and that trend has reflected in their history ever since.
So, Eric, after all those groundbreaking innovations, fast forward to 2025. What's the scene for Mercedes-Benz now? How are they pushing the limits today?
Well, Ruby, Mercedes-Benz has fully embraced its identity as a purveyor of luxury, blending tradition and innovation across its lineup. Take their sedans, for instance. The C-Class starts at around $48,450, and the E-Class comes in at $62,450. That's,
pricey, that's what you're about to say.
True. But what you're getting is unparalleled craftsmanship. And then you've got their SUVs. The GLA and GLC cater to the entry-level luxury crowd, while the flagship GLS series hits around $89,200. It's not just about specs, it's about experience.
Experience? Careful now, you're sounding like a brochure. What kind of experience are we talking about here?
Fair enough. The E-Class is a good example. The 2024 model introduced what they call the Super Screen, essentially an augmented dashboard that integrates apps like TikTok and Zoom.
Wait, TikTok? In a car? That seems kind of dangerous.
Well, I suppose it's more for passengers or park situations, but yes, it's not just about driving anymore. Cars are evolving into connected living spaces. The E-Class even has a selfie camera.
You're kidding? A camera? Like you're waiting at a red light and decide to snap a selfie?
Exactly. It's about integrating modern lifestyles, even if it feels a bit excessive, I admit. But then there's the GLE 580i SUV, a marvel of engineering that blends cutting-edge tech with genuine driving pleasure. It's a testament to how far they've come from that first Benz Patent Motorwagen.
Right, but what makes it special? Like, why would anyone pick the GLE 580 over, say, another luxury SUV?
It's all about harmony. Mercedes-Benz has mastered integrating luxury features, ventilated massaging seats, ambient lighting, with advanced safety and drivetrain technology. You get power and precision in equal measure. It's not just transport, it's a statement.
Ooh, sounds fancy, but let's be honest, some of it must be just shiny gimmicks, right?
Perhaps, but that's part of the charm, isn't it? Mercedes isn't only selling cars, they're selling aspiration.
All right, Eric, speaking of aspiration and blending tech with lifestyle, Mercedes is really pushing the envelope with its electric lineup. That Vision V luxury van, what's the story there?
The Vision V. Yes, it's an ambition-made electric, Ruby. Mercedes announced it as an all-electric luxury limousine. in April. It's really a fascinating concept. They've taken the utility of a van and transformed it into a private lounge on wheels. You've got convertible lounge chairs, an interactive interior with expansive screens. It's less of a vehicle and more of an experience.
Wait, so it's like a rolling cinema or a karaoke bar? That's actually kind of genius.
Exactly, it's designed to feel more like a luxury retreat than just transport. Those screens, for instance, can turn the cabin into a private cinema. Or quite literally, yes, a karaoke space if that's your thing. And these features aren't just for show, they're pushing a reimagined idea of what a luxury EV can be.
Okay, but why now? Why is Mercedes diving headfirst into something this niche?
Well, it's part of a broader strategy. They're carving out space in the electric luxury market by creating something new. They've been redefining segments for years, and with competition heating up in the EV space, the Vision Phi lets them stand out in a highly saturated market. It's not just about having an EV, it's about turning that EV into something aspirational.
Aspirational? Yeah, but also practical. I mean, as much as a luxury rolling karaoke machine can be practical, are they also banking on sustainability here?
Definitely. Sustainability is a core part of the appeal. Electric drivetrains fundamentally shift the environmental impact of luxury vehicles, and the Vision V embodies the idea that going green doesn't mean sacrificing comfort or innovation. It, like the EQ lineup, moves Mercedes closer to their climate-neutral production goals.
Right, and consumers are really looking for that balance these days. Luxury, but with, a smaller carbon footprint. It's almost an expectation now.
Precisely. And Mercedes realises that innovation is about more than just tech. It's about rethinking what buyers value. They're redefining the relationship between performance, luxury, and sustainability. And that's not just good for sales, it's good for the industry.
Yeah, it's a win-win. I mean, who doesn't want their lounge chairs and their eco-creds at the same time?
Quite. But jokes aside, Ruby, one thing's clear. Mercedes isn't slowing down. They've gone from inventing the automobile in 1886 to revolutionising what it means to own a car in 2025. It's legacy meeting the future. And honestly, it's exciting to see where they'll go next.
And on that note, Eric, I think we've covered some fascinating ground today. From history to high-tech, it's been an incredible ride.
Absolutely. And that's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Mercedes-Benz's past, present, and electric future.
Catch you next time. Bye.